All right, we're back. It's a lot later than I intended it to be. Once I got off work, I had a really bad headache, and so we're chilling now. And now we're here. We're hanging out. I've got a lot of updates for today. A lot. I basically spent all day working on stuff, so I'm going to give it just a couple minutes. We're going to let a couple people trickle in real quick, and then we'll get a little bit more into it. But I do think that by the end of the day, we should be able to actually have, hopefully, the story be created. Yo, what's up, Dragonster? Tiago, what's up, Tortson? How's it going? How are y'all? I'm doing really well. A lot better now. I took some headache medicine. My migraine went away. We're vibing. We're chilling. We're hanging out. Good day. For a little bit there after work, it was a little bit rough. We had quite the headache. My recommendation from Elysium was that I should go step on a Lego because the pain of that will make me ignore any other pain. And well, I thought that might be just a slight bit morbid and that there has to be other ways. I did have to agree that that was a solution, you know? Yo, what's up, Cryptex? How's it going? All right. I'm trying to let this crafting plan show up. I've got auto crafting set up for all of the ultimate singularities. Oh, there it goes. Perfect timing. Oh, we're missing a little bit more of the coal geors. So I've had to get into coal georing to solve some of my resource issues. But we're close. We're very close on a lot of that. All right, here's where we are. So you will notice this is the same and a lot of this in here is the same, but the building is bigger. We're going to look at that in a second. What we've done... What's up, PT? How's it going? Lego plus thumbtack works best? It's crazy.
P Crossfire says...
The way you pronounce my name is so interesting. Oh, it's because there's no dragon. It's not Dragonster, it's Dragster King. I'm sorry. I probably have never taken the time to actually pay attention enough to sound it out. That's on me. That's on me. Totally my fault. What's up, PT? How's it going? Hopefully all your travel went well. So this is what we've done. We were short on a couple things. We were short on gold. We were short on iron. We also have a couple big gym setups here. I'm not the only one that does it. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Dragster King. Okay, I'm going to get it right from here on out. I'm going to have to like retrain myself, but... So this is what we've done. We retrofitted 2 of our early farms to basically work for an infinite amount of iron and gold. And they've worked pretty well. Like, we have a lot of them. I do want to craft 2 more of these real quick because I can. And they're going to take the longest. That will probably be the longest part of that.
It's 2 a.m. here, so the wise is going to sleep. Have a good stream.
Sounds good, PT. I appreciate it. So, like I said, the longest part of this is probably going to be creating these ultimate singularities. I think we have like 99% of everything here automated for this. So we're going to start that going. And next up, so we got 2 big gem farms for coal and redstone. In order to make it where we're getting as least amount of these pebbles as possible, we have that one running a little bit slower than this one. Love the big gym farm design. It works so incredibly well for getting a ton of resources quickly. And then the biggest update that we started working on is this. If you guys remember, this tower in the middle used to be tiny, teeny tiny. Like the top of it was like right here. And so we completely tore the whole entire thing down and we're rebuilding it from the ground up. And I'm actually really happy with how it's looking so far. Doing all of this by hand, just designing it as I go. Yeah, and so it's literally just a tower for now. Everything that was on or around the tower before is still in here. So like all the stuff down here, my whole setup from this used to be the top of it. So this was all the stuff that was on top of the tower before. It's just here now. So it's all still here. We didn't move any of the stuff. We're just rebuilding the building itself. And I'm actually like really happy with how it's looking. I think it looks pretty cool. I definitely recommend compact machines for those big gym farms for TPS. Like, yeah, you're probably right. I probably should do that. The other thing I was going to go look at, I think I might need to get a couple more faster upgrades for industrial foregoing, because I'm pretty sure that this chest is completely filling up and is not pumping items into the whatever, enchantment extractor fast enough. So I think I need this to run a little bit faster so this guy doesn't fill up, so it doesn't back up to here. So we'll have to look at doing that, getting some of the higher tier speed upgrades. I know there's some things like sludge and a couple other things that we'll need to get, but that's on the list, right? Will you do the draconic battery on top? That's the plan towards, and I'm planning on doing that. Glad there's depth to the build and it's not just flat. That's the biggest problem with most people's builds. I agree. Yeah, there's definitely depth to it. And we use a ton of framed blocks. So like the vast majority of all of like the details around it are all framed blocks. You could use modular routers to move this stuff, very cheap and easy to upgrade. I could. And I also could just use like an armory cabinet there, and that would work too. The problem is I would like for it to process through the stuff as fast as it's coming in. That would be the ideal situation, but it's just not. So to the next point, to the next thing I wanted to show y'all, this guy right here. I was told yesterday, if I set this up like this, where the pattern provider pushes things into the barrel, it would push into the auto crafting table. It is not. All of these things are still here, and it is not getting pushed into here. So I need to know, what do I have to do to get stuff from the barrel into the auto crafting table? Because this is one ultimate singularity. You need, okay, so I need to set the, so how do I do that? I assume it has something to do with these, right? But the problem I have is whenever I get everything in there, it just auto-crafts it. So I have the items, right? This is what I'm saying. I tried to do this with one of them, which is why I have a couple. As soon as I get all the items in there, it starts auto-crafting. I have to be quick. Okay. Selected, less shift. Okay, hold up. Like that. So that's right now. So theoretically, when the rest of these get done, it'll put them in here. Put all the stuff in and take the power off so it can craft. Yo just popped in. What we be working on here? We're trying to figure out why our ultimate auto crafting table wasn't working correctly. But we agree that's correct now, right? Now click the one. Okay. All right. I'm there. Perfect. That makes sense. All right. So now to make these things, really all I'm looking at doing is I really got to speed this guy up once. And then I think I have to speed this guy up a couple times. And then I think the rest of that crafts automatically. We're just crafting the last couple things that we need for the all the mod star. While we're doing this, there's that one random thing from Mars that we need, right? Well, let me check the black holes real quick. Can we do these? 17 of those. We're going to start up all 17 of the pulsating black holes. And then the dragon soul, I need the focus of summoning. And I can only assume that I'm going to have to do that here. Add a few more of those machines to speed things up. I could... The problem is I can also just do that. And I've been relying on doing that for too long. Bell. Focus of summoning. This guy. So I need a whole bunch of Wilden tributes. And that's really it. Wilden. 1, So I need like 17 of each, right? Granted, I'm going to get a bunch more of these along the way. And then I need one of these. I craft it with that. Vexing archwood logs. Why don't I have any? At ours. Did I use them for something? I've got the trees. We'll just do that. That's fine. Whatever. You can do the Shady Wizard Villager, I believe. Can you destroy the Wilden with a crusher? You can automate this with a mob crusher and some clickers and router if you want. Here's my thought process. I probably could, but with the number I'm going to need and sunk time fallacy, right? Would it not be quicker just to do it, you know? Or am I crazy? So we're almost done with those. These are going. I probably shouldn't have done it that way. And, oh, you know what I could have done? I made one of these earlier and then totally forgot about it. Just an extra one so that I could throw it in here. And it would start filling all of this up. Because then I could just pull out all of this. And throw it all in there. And then cancel this craft. And then make 16 more of them. And that should be a lot quicker. If you were lucky, you can get it done with just one kill with loot pinata. That would be the goal. That would be the goal. We're definitely going to do it with our sword because that's got loot pinata on it. Oh, also today, went through just for kicks and giggles and updated to the chaotic bow and the chaotic chest plate for no reason. And then we also did all of like the upgrades and stuff for him. So like the bow's like fully maxed out. The chest plate's fully maxed out. So I've been enjoying Draconic Evolution quite a bit. So let me grab. I need this guy. And then that one. And do I need a tablet for each time I spawn it, or can I just provide it more source? I seem to remember that maybe you can just provide it more source. I could be totally wrong. Now the Draconic Reactor in the middle of your base. Yikes. If I remember correctly, the Chaotic Bow can destroy the crystals in the Chaos Guard. I think it can. I'm almost positive it can. Multiple tablets. Okay. Well, in that case, we're gonna make a pattern out of this real quick. Throw that pattern into here. Make myself 16 more of these. Start it up. It should be really quick. Why is it not making blocks? Is all of my crafting potential being... It looks like every craft is being used up by this right now. Every crafting CPU. That's wild. All right, well, those are going to make eventually. Let's go ahead. I want to do this in the end because I just think it's going to be easier. Honestly, any dimension would be easier than in Skyblock, but the end actually has like room to move around and stuff. So we're going to do it here, just hopefully in a more relatively flat area. Maybe I just go back to the normal one. To here. Yeah, it's got to be it. Find a little flat place. Make sure we got our magnet on. This will work. Throw it down. Light it up. There we go. Now, I don't presently have arrows, but I don't think I have... I don't have loot pinata on the bow, so I want to use my sword for this. Whee! Whee! Thank you. Did we loot pinata? We did not. That's okay. Put the rest of the stuff back away. Ooh, I got an axe. All right, throw that back up. That one, this one. 2 seconds. There's like 8 songs on this playlist I hate, and I'm starting to realize that. Anyone's got any suggestions for some DMCA copyright-free background music that I could throw onto some stuff? I'd love it. Absolutely love it. All right, how close are we on these tablets? We're getting there. It's like 172 seconds-ish. Based on what I'm seeing. Ish. Give or take a few. Scheduled 3. So that means we got most of the pulsating black holes already done. Yo, John. Hope you have a great stream. Been loving watching the series on YouTube when I can. Thank you so much, Jay Bruin. I appreciate that. That's so incredibly kind. Can you swab the Wilden boss and make spawn eggs with Apotheosis spawner him, or set up a Drigme farm for his drops? I don't think you can set up a spawner. And I think that's because there's no Wilden Chimera spawn egg as like an item. Plus I would assume that they probably have that disabled. I do think that you could set up the ritual to run automatically. If you want to craft the blocks faster, use a quantum crafter. It will craft them almost instantly. I could do that. But this was fast enough for me. We're going to let this guy go real quick. Now the only problem I'm going to have is that I think I'm 1 Wilden horn short. Stasis chamber, Drigme farm. Hey, that's actually probably the way to go. I think the only thing I hate is that this guy throws me up in the air. Hey! We loop pinata. It took 2. It took 2 tries. Hold up. Was that one of the dogs or Wilden Stalker spawn egg? Well, that was easier than I expected it to be. That was substantially easier. It only took us 2 tries. So with that out of the way, I do still think I need all of these things for that. Not this one. The focus. This one. I do need one of each of those, a source gem block and a gold ingot. So I need 17 of each. Hate that it does that. Wilden. Horns, these. So I need 3 more Wilden horns, which means I'm actually going to take one of these back and then just not alter it and then just let it rip. Perfect. And then I should just be able to take out all of these guys that spawn and then should get more than enough of all of the other things I need. Well, it's spawning them in. Let me grab some gold ingots. Hey John, how are you? I'm doing really good. How are you? I can find out right now. Nice. Okay, was that the whole thing? Was that all of them? Horn 17. Okay, so I think I have enough of everything. Let's do it. Can I feed the Ars ritual things with hoppers? Is that a thing? I don't really want it on top. That doesn't look very good. Like, I think this will work, but I'm not 100% sure. I use routers or hoppers. Perfect. All right, so what we're going to do, I need 17 of them. 17 of those, 17 of these. So those in there, those in there. And then is it the Wilden tribute in the middle? I think that's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's a source gem block in the middle. So this guy, oh, why does it have a hopper in there? Give me that back. That one's going in there. Now I have no clue how many source gems I have. Not in, maybe? I'm missing 6? That's so annoying. I don't really have a good, you know what we're gonna do? Imbuement chamber. And then I want a amethyst block. We're going to throw it in there. We're going to do this a couple times. Okay, that should be plenty. Grab the source blocks. I need 14 more of them. Snag them. I got 17. I have 18. We do this. Actually, what we're going to do is this. I love ours. Sometimes ours is just so easy. Dragon. Time once, less time in a bottle. Yeah, that works pretty quickly. What does the Chimera give? It gives a Wilden tribute. Needed a hopper on top for us. Got you. Got you. Okay. What was I looking for? Dragon souls. Got it. Okay. I was like, there's no way. I know I counted correctly on all of that. All right, so we're going to start with the dragon souls. In the meantime, we've got the 17 pulsating black holes, which we are going to throw into here where they go, which is directly in the center. And then I need to go back to my singularities. We're up to 5. Which is some, but it's not quite as many as I can only really do like 2 of these at a time. It takes so long for the pattern to actually figure out what all it needs. Like, it takes a hot minute. You know what would be easier? Let's not do that. What we're going to do is instead, how many do I have? I have 5, so I need 12. We're just going to do this on each of them. Because this is going to be so much easier than doing it the other way. Because, yeah, the other way is less clicks, but good lord, if you knew the amount of time that it took just for it to calculate everything, I'm so short on nickel. I'll have to look into that. Also short on aluminum. I thought both those had crafting recipes. And I'm short on a lot of stuff. Glowstone, there's no way. Oh, I do have enough. Sweet. Craft enough of that. The silver, we are short on as well. Steel's going to take a while to calculate. Love using mob crushers for all my cheesy fight. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, we already do have 1 star. We have already crafted one. It is supposed to be 18, but we started off with this guy right here. So we finished one of them. So the coal ones, there's no way I have enough coal. Oh, I do have enough coal. Sweet. Keep doubting myself. How am I supposed to know which ones are going if I can't see them all? We got the platinum. Missing some lead too. That's what I'm finding out in the video I'm working on. Short on everything, even some of the most basic items. Yeah, for real. I'm feeling that. And I don't know why. Like, I feel like a lot of those things should be pretty simple and straightforward. I do want to make the steel ones real quick, so I'm going to let it figure out what it needs to craft this. It's going to be a lot of iron dust, but hopefully it's not too bad. Ideally, this should be the last thing that we need here. And this, honestly, I think the steel singularity is probably why my ultimate singularities are taking so darn long to craft. You do overlook the regular ones. Yeah, the steel recipe is so bad. It really is. But you gotta have it. A lot of it, too. Maybe let's start with half. Maybe that'll be a little bit quicker. I have no clue what's going to make this go faster. Steel bees. That's true. For the blend singularities, we did bees. Smart. That's probably the way to go. And then I could probably speed all of those up pretty quick. It is all the hammers. Molten steel over iron bees because easy craft. Fair. This is just not going. Just not. But maybe one day I don't want to like cancel it and then give up on it because eventually it will, right? Invar bronze steel. Yeah, that's smart, but a lot of mine, even some of the more simpler ones like lead, I don't even have enough of yet. Or aluminum or tin or all of the ones that I need like the sieving for. I made a bank of 16 infusers with an enrichment chamber for each metallurgic infuser. That's smart. I had 8 mechanism infusers making steel, and it still took more than an hour. That's crazy. Do you know if they plan to add Soul Surge to Industrial before going? I don't know, but I doubt it. If the pack didn't start with it, I probably haven't. Do you know what's better, bees or simulated hydroponic beds? What gives more resources? I would assume the simulated hydroponic beds, especially once you've got them. Well, I don't actually know because you can't Soul Surge. I don't know. Figured I'd get those geodes running early middle pack until I was ready to craft. It's very smart. TL8 feels like soul surging. Yeah, I think that's what they did is instead of soul surging, they added the tier 8 upgrades. I don't know which one's actually faster, but I have seen, at least for the geodes, that that's the way to go for it. I'm missing wood essence for steel. For the sticks? No, for logs. What do I need logs for? Tier 8 add-ons go burr. Had lumber bees too. So I've got lumber essence. Apparently just not enough. Okay. We may have to wait a little bit on those. But it looks like I think I could probably do these. Yeah, emeralds are good. I may have done several sets of a couple of these. It looks like maybe. No, but I do want to wait until those finish before I craft anymore because I want to make sure I know what I still need. Logs to make sticks to make hammers. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it does need that many hammers to make all of the iron dust that's needed to combine with the coal to make the steel. It's really dumb. Like remarkably. But we have a dragon soul, some of them available. Oh, it's still doing the draconic crafting, all fully automated using SFM. Yeehaw. Speed that up a little bit and we should have the last dragon soul. Got all 17 of those, which means that the very last thing we have are those ultimate singularities, which we have 5 of. So we can make 5 stars. The other thing that's worth mentioning is I did do some fishing. I have done some fishing. You could change to Mecha Crushers instead for the iron dust. Do I not have that? No, so it's not getting the iron dust. The iron dust recipe is in here. The problem is you have to have a hammer for the crafting recipe to turn iron dust and coal into steel. That's what the hammers are for. Yo, what's up, Ice Cold Spy? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Fade is faster, however, due to the speed of speed. Unless you can make TPS to the ground, only get a lot of resources or no resources. Mechanism infuser will definitely be better for steel. By the way, it's a lot cheaper. I definitely could get the steel B. 100% I could get the steel B. I hear what y'all are saying. So you're saying for the steel ingot to use... Why don't I see it in here as an infusing recipe? I see alloy smelting, but that's going to be slow. You can make endless hammer. How do I make the endless hammer? Is that a thing? It's your fault I went all out on bees this time? Nice.
So, when we're doing dragon
Oh, it's steel dust. Eventually, sooner rather than later. Steel dust into steel, right? Okay. Oh, you're talking about for crafting steel dust. And a metallurgic infuser using enriched iron and blocks of coal. I see. I do think that's going to be a lot faster. Okay, so... Steel dust. Pattern encoding. We're saying... you guys are going to tell me with the math here. We've got enriched iron already. The carbon... Is that just one piece of coal? Is it like this? By using forbidden mod, there's a green sphere. I don't know what it's called. Okay, got you. Steel beam may be the best for farming. Yeah, you're probably right. Is that a correct recipe? And then obviously I have to turn it into an advanced one. Oh, you're talking about putting a Stella, Eternal Stella on it. 8 enriched, 1 coal. That, if you enrich it, makes 8. So, and then this makes 8 steel. Is this correct? We on the same page? Just saw your mob farm video. Super cool. Thank you, Ice Cold Spy. I appreciate that. I worked hard on that video. I'm glad you liked it. I still have it in this world. Enriched carbon, not coal. Enriched carbon. This guy. Like that? I have no clue what it is. That's why I'm asking. I'm pretty sure this is correct. And then I need the advanced pattern encoder. And if I remember correctly, that goes in here. The main thing comes through the down. The extra goes through the up. Infusing factory. 1 enriched carbon, 8 iron dust equals 8 enriched iron.
Lex Unam says, we need dragon hunting ASAP.
Why did that go into the wrong place? Give me that. So, enriched iron, enriched carbon. So like this. Oh, I didn't save that. Iron dust is down, enriched carbon is up. I should have. That's why it was not. That's down, that's up. Grab that out of there. That's why. I'm dumb. Okay. So that's for the steel dust. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to search for the steel dust. That's the one we want. And we're going to steal that one. And then we're going to see if this works any faster. And we said I wanted 12 of these. That's so much better. Yeah, look at it go. Mechanism machines go burr. not gonna go through that. Click the button to show all patterns. I'd add more infusers too. Is it gonna take that long? You need coal in both infusers, so it's 8 to 3. You need coal in both infusers. Why doesn't AE Quantum Armor have an energy shield like Mecha Suit? I have no clue. So it's 8 to 2. If the ratio is like really messed up, it'll show us for sure. You can just add more connected to the same provider and use a card to copy the settings between them. Well, that seems like a really good idea. Or I could just like really speed it up, right? It's going through it. We're working through it. We're not doing anything there. Oh, it's still trying to make iron dust for other things. My recipe has no carbon. I export carbon into the machine. Oh, that makes sense. I put some more screenshots of my small bee setup with 4 different bees, just dire bees. It's all in a 3x3. Nice. Very cool. Ratios are fine. Perfect, because Mecha Suit is better. That's what I've heard as well. Okay. Speed that up. One's still in use too. That is just waiting on the... I really need to get more crushing factories, apparently. Granted, I did throw several thousand items at it all at once. Credit where credit's due, it's probably doing pretty good. Singularities, we got a lot of them already made. Okay. Tin, lead, nickel. So we're gonna have to see which ones we still need some more of. Copy my setup for the crushing auto request so I never have to wait. Could do that too. Okay. We're getting close. I want to go double check real quick. I have like 150 crushers working all at the same time. That's crazy. Is that with the big wall of SFM that you built? We got 5 of those done. That's not bad. Time to super clicker infuser with a time wand. I wish I could. I wish they hadn't disabled it. Unfortunately, that has been disabled. It is gone completely. We are no longer allowed to or able to do that. Geez, 200,000 of that. Oh, we're going here though. We're rocking and rolling here. Getting some Invar dust in. This one's still waiting. We got some nickel in there. Polymorphic still works? Polymorphic for what? Yeah, the ATN team for real.
Lex Unam says, ADN team attacks again.
That's how I automated the Chimera. Okay, that makes sense. You can probably use a time in a bottle with a clicker if you have some time stored. I have 45 hours stored. I have some. I AFK'd all the night in case y'all are curious why. And it was purely to get the several million items that I needed to craft the black holes. I haven't played Modern in a while and been playing. Having everything different from what you look up is annoying. Yeah, I agree. I think it will work with a clicker. It probably will. I agree. Okay, it's making the steel ones. Those are going. So the steel ingots are almost done. Which means that these ones are going as well. Those ones are... Okay, so we're almost done with all of the singularities I can make, I think. I'm going to have to go through and look at the ones we have once all of these are done. That one's empty. It's not doing anything. This is the only one still doing anything.
Lex Unam says, just don't make a video or have fun or it will get nerfed.
Yeah, for real. Officially confirm at least ATM-10 Drigmees cannot farm the Wilden Chimera. Okay, good to know. Very good to know. Haven't played. I think it will work with the clicker. Then we have a list of what all we need to get max speed mecha fission reactor set up for antimatter. Actually, what I would recommend doing, and what I did, is I used a setup that Tortson posted in the Discord under the channel things that can help. And I copied that exactly. And I see your IMI controller setup. I'm having issues with channels. Absolutely. What issues are you running into? And I get about 1 antimatter pellet a minute, or every 5 minutes is about what I get. This is my IMI controller. This is all it is. There's nothing special about it. It's just got a bunch of wireless connectors on it. My setup is polymorphic zombies into chimeras. That's crazy. Is a pattern provider on a barrel. We round robin pipes into infusers, enrich carbon, export directly. 1 enricher keeps up with 8 infused. That makes sense. Another 2 crushers, 1 in front and 1 in back to get more speed. I could do that. I agree. The mech setup is really good. It is really good. The one Tortson posted is incredible. And for me at least, it took all the guessing game out of it. I didn't have to worry about whether or not it was enough or what the ratios were, getting the setup right, because I do that every time. And every time I end up setting it up differently. But that made my life so much easier this time. Just knowing that the ratios were correct. It was awesome. Okay, so now it's just actually crafting these. And as soon as we get one of the bronze ones, every single one of these singularities that we can create or have created will have at least 1 on them, which means they won't be at the bottom. So for nickel, if I wanted to create 12, I'm going to need a lot more nickel. Are we getting... Okay, so I'm going to write down which ones we need. Got paper next to me. I was creating some magic decks today. Nickel. One of them. Aluminum. I think we definitely needed some more of that. Aluminum.
Anyone wants why I'm obsessed with the big creation stuff in modded Minecraft? Look for SciCraft videos.
I'll have to go look that up because I have no idea what that is. All right, we got aluminum that we definitely need some more of. Tin. I definitely need some more tin. We're probably just going to end up making all of these bees.
Now is when Andrew realizes that he ran out of lead doing MI.
That's funny. Okay, silver. I do need more silver. And lead. We're going to need more lead. All right, we might be making 5 more bees. Because anybody? Sorry. I'm sorry. It was awful. I'm so sorry. But I do need to make those. Yep, nickel, aluminum, tin, silver, lead. Those are the ones we need to make. Are there geodes for those? Will be faster than bees. Rubs hand together. So like, I didn't think. Oh, nickel does have a geode. Oh. So what you're saying is, what we should do. Okay. Also, I've got a qualm with whoever decided that the building gadget can connect to your AE2 system, but your copy paste gadget can't. I have words for whoever that was. At Just Dire Things. I just decided just now is that I'm going to... Can all 5 of those be geodes before I do this? Is there a lead geode? There's a lead geode. Is there an aluminum geode? Can somebody confirm? Copy paste gadget can also... Okay, I'll have to show you in a second here because it wasn't for me. There is an aluminum. And geode budding, that's platinum. There's no tin geode. Oh, I'd hold up. I got this all wrong. Tin. Geode, platinum. There is a tin geode. Silver. And we know there's... Okay, so here's what we're going to do then. We are setting up...
For visuals, check Discord.
Just for visuals, check Discord. Check Discord. Check Discord. What am I looking at here? What is that? What is that? Both can. Okay. Can you show your geoform? I'm curious how you did it. Yeah, absolutely. I'll show you in just a second here. If you want to really know how I did it, it's a farm inspired entirely by a beautiful man named Big Jim. These are Big Jim farms. Or at least the ones I'm going to be creating are. And even the ones before that were basically the same thing. Just bigger and less compact. Hold up. I need all of those. Okay. We're going to make these real quick. To show it off. These are the ones. No, sorry, wrong floor. These are the ones I made. Basically, all it is there's power going to all of those to the AE2 system. And then this guy's got a pickaxe in here that filters based off the fully grown ones and then mines all of those. It does the same for both of these. What we're going to be doing is setting up these setups right here that are going to be for the 5 new things that we need. So here's what I'm saying with the copy paste gadget. What I would like to do is settings menu. We're moving it to here, right? If I go into here and I go to the materials list, it shows nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. Even though if I go here, it's bound to my connector. So that's what I was saying. Like, it doesn't pull stuff out of my AE2 system, which is kind of annoying. Up one and to the left? It shouldn't be up one and to the left. It should be right there. No. That's perfect. That's right where I want it. Spot on. Even, I just take the cobblestone out at the bottom. That's all it is. But it does pull when you paste. Oh, it doesn't show the material. Okay. See, I could be down for that. That actually makes a lot of sense. So in that case, I could just get... Hold up one sec. Growth. I'm going to need 5 of these. 5 times 8 is 40. So 36, 26. 26 of those. 26 of those. And then I need breaker. 5 of those. Placer. 5 of those. Energy transmitter. 5 of those. Okay, so that, I mean, that should be basically everything we need. I'm gonna go ahead and put the pickaxes together real quick though. So I'll throw this guy in here. One of those. One of those. One of those.
Riley Reed says, I love Big Jim's farms.
They're awesome. Honestly, that guy is so smart. He is incredibly wise. And his setups just look nice too. I don't know if you watched any of his Civless stuff. Also, just the effort he puts into like literally everything in every video. From his intros to his, like, I don't even know, like just all of it. B-roll, all of it. It's just incredible. Ton of effort, and it shows. So next, we head to the farm. And we grab fortune and efficiency books. So, efficiency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fortune. Is there a way to limit it to 5? I don't really want to pull all of that out. There we go. 5. All right, that should be all of that. Also, I think I've probably got enough of all of that for now. Flash home. Click 5 times, make the full book so you don't need to play. You know what? That would have been a really smart idea to do. That would have been very smart. Unfortunately, I was not smart. Efficiency, fortune. All right, those are all ready to go. I don't need any of the random extra crap. I should have everything else I need to just start pasting these in. So we're just going to go for it, I think. And it does look like it put in everything I wanted there. So now we're going to go to G in the settings. Give it a 1 block space in between. Paste it down again. And then we're just going to do this 5 times. So that's the third.
Well, they don't overlap with the other farm?
No. They're not going to overlap. They'll be fine. Because everything stays self-contained within there. So then now if I did that, it would, but I'm not going to. I'll go right there. Now, the only thing I had issues with before is the block breaker wouldn't work right. Oh, yeah, it's impressive. It's incredibly impressive. So that's 4 of them. We are going to do 5. So we're going to put 1 more right there, and that should take up the rest of everything, if I remember correctly. I do want to break these on all of them because I don't need them anymore, and they're kind of annoying and look bad. Okay, so now you can make Lex happy. I'm making these. We're gonna make barrels. I'm gonna make the Omega tier stack upgrades. We are going to make controller access points, which I would like to make a pattern for because I want to make 5 of these and that's just going to take too long. So this one, throw that there. Team barrel. All right, we're gonna put all 5 of those in there, and I've got my linking thing already. So barrel.
Riley Reed says,
right there.
Unbreaking lowers the Fey cost per use BTW.
Unbreaking lowers the FE cost per. Okay, good to know. I'm not super worried about that just yet. I will need some speed upgrades for these though. First though, get in here. We had. I don't want even 2 of those in there. Add 1 in there, and there, and there, and in there. Got the linking tool already. 5. Okay. Let's start by getting some flux points. Actually, power's last, but we're going to go ahead and craft the 5 flux points we're going to need. Grab those, throw them there. In the meantime, the only thing that I had to do last time was break this guy and replace him. Because for some reason, the copy paste gadget on that just is never happy. Also, I do want that lever on there for each of these. Perfect. 2 more to break real quick and replace. And then I do need to grab, looks like 3 more levers. And then I will need to set the locations for those up. Well, for some of them, we'll have to set up locations. So one lever. Lever. Perfect. Gonna be low. I'm gonna throw one of those in there. Why is it upside down? Are all of them upside down? Why is it not rendering anymore? Is it? Did I just place all of these upside down? Yeah, it's a lot of cobble in the hotbar. Oh, I just went the wrong direction with it. Needs to be 1. Yeah, okay. Nope. There we go. I'll throw that in there. Also, redstone low. Low and that. This one's already got low. It's already got that. It's in the right place. Get the next 2 real quick. Redstone low, do that one up to there. Increase Y machine settings copier. I could do that. That would be a lot faster than this. Simple block placer shouldn't need anything. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I do have to actually have to go back through each one of the picks real quick. Because they all need to be set to the 5x5 and not the 7x7. That was an oversight. But that shouldn't take too long. And then we basically just have to create all the geodes and then set up power and we're done. I have also, no, there's so much more I have to do for each one of these. Okay. Hammer 5x5. I'm glad I'm remembering all of this. Instead of forgetting it and then getting all the geodes in there where I can't get to anything anymore. And then just wondering what to do. Also, since we're here, we're going to take this all the way down to 1. Where we're going to start with it. But I think ideally it's probably going to not end up at that. Okay, these two still need all the other settings changed.
CB says, don't forget the tick speed on the breakers from 20 to 1.
Yep. I caught it at the same time you did. Okay, so this one. Let me back up. All of that should be set now. It looks right. Okay. Throw those in there. So next I'm going to need stone. Make me a whole bunch of it real quick. Grab 5 stacks. I didn't get transfer labels in yet. Pattern encoding for these guys. Throw that guy in here. I need 20. So we'll take all 20 of these. I'm going to need to break this and this. Transfer label. We need to put stone in there. Set it to whitelist. 1, 2, 3.
Lex Unam says,
place that back down.
Too?
I should do that pattern for levers for sure. And then what I want to do, settings, memory slot. Oh, I got to do this first. That memory slot select, I'll go back. So that way, that's always stone. Okay. Break it, break it. Transfer label. Stone, whitelist. 1, 2, 3. Place that guy back down. And here, we're going to throw a stack right there. Grab the memory settings. We're good to go. Aww. At least I can place this the right direction now. Perfect. And then we put the pickaxe back in there. And now we grab these guys back. Stone. Whitelist. 3 of those. Placer. That goes there. Sign the memory slots. Bingo bango. Why not just setting a bigger area on the breaker with a pickaxe 1 by 1? Because it's going to be breaking the stone blocks, but because it's got the hammer upgrade, it's going to be breaking all of the other things at the same time.
Riley Reed says, did you enable the hammer on all picks?
I did. I think. If not, we'll find out. All of these should be set to 10 as well. And then stone. Select it. That should all be right. Last one. You know what I could do? Make this a little bit easier. Do that first, and then just take part of it with me. Well, transfer labels first. Stone. Those extras in there. This guy right here. That'll start that all up. Okay. All right. All right. So all of that should be rocking and rolling. Next up. Need 5 of these. And this. This part should be the quickest part of all of it.
Torrid Sun says, you forgot to set the last transfer label as whitelist.
Did I really?
Riley Reed says, from previous experience I use a diamond pick with no enchantments when I work around any machine's XD.
That's pretty smart. If we're being honest, that's pretty smart. Darn it. Tordson's so good. He's got such an eye. That is almost upsetting. Why is there only 30 in there? Not that it should matter. Nah, it's transferring now. Okay. Throw those back up in there. Did we get all of them set to poll? We did. So now I should be able to go through. Just add one of these to each one.
Riley Reed says, he saw it, I missed it.
And then we're going to, I need stone real quick. Probably a lot more. Just because I need to add.
Lex Unam says,
Item as a
BCS
blacklist.
used the other half for the thing number 4.
You're right. So blacklisting stone on all of these. That way it doesn't pull it out. Add stone, cement. Okay. So we should have a full stack everywhere. So that's all fine now. So I think we go make the geores, right? You can copy the filter of those pipes. You can craft them together if I remember correctly. That's smart. I didn't even think about doing that. We've got everything we should need is here, except this lever got broken. Don't know how that happened. You'll never get me to admit it. So I need to make a whole bunch of nickel amongst other things. And I've got a bunch of stuff in there. How is there a way to just dump it? Like if I were to break the controller, would it get rid of everything in there? Hello, mate. Hope you're having a good night. I'm having a great night, man. We're doing really well. Nickel. Sand. So close. Make me a bunch more of those real quick. I'll link it to barrel. I don't think all placers are on 10 ticks. They're not. That's a very good observation. That one's 10. I know I set that far one to 10. This one's 10. That one's 10. 10. Last one. All right, they're all on 10 now. Fluid trash can, break the controller. Okay. We'll break the controller because I'd like to just have whatever I want in there and not have to worry about the rest of it. Perfect. 2 stacks of nickel in there. If I remember correctly, I just need 24 to fully fill up one. So, make sure we got plenty of that in here. And then a time wand. This and that. We'll place this in here. We'll do that. And we're going to do this little nifty thing. Now, there was one time I got to 16 of these with a single time wand. I'm not going quite as efficiently here, but I'm pretty close. Oh, we got to 16. We did 16 of them. 17. Is that all the nickel? It was. One more stack of it should be more than enough. Breaking controller, speedier upgrades in there. Oh, you can put speedier upgrades in there? Say what now? You tell me I can do what? And I assume that's way faster. Oh, it's so much faster.
Riley Reed
How did I not know that?
Felipe.
No, that's not what we wanted. That's okay though. Was it still not enough? There we go. Double check. Got one extra ingot in there. That's fine. We got all 25 of these apparently. Nice. Okay, so 24 is what we need. We're going to bring them over here. We're just going to start at the first one. And I'm going to place all these down on the first layer first because I can actually see those. And then afterwards, we'll do the top layer. That is just not where they go. That's also not where it goes. It goes right there. Then we go here. There. Then I should have one left over at the end of this. If I'm doing it all correctly. Yep, one left over. Excellent. Okay, get rid of all the extra stuff I don't need. We're going to plug this thing in and we're going to make sure it burrs. So, do both of those. Select this one. We head home. Oh, hold up. I mean, it's kind of. The problem is I didn't do this correctly. This one needs to head. Which direction did that go? They're wrong. Bring that back, go one this way. 2, 2, 1. There we go. That should be more than enough of that. That'll start coming in quickly. All right, next resource. This is going to absolutely tank the performance of my PC, and I can tell already. And I'm so down for it. So, undo render area. Power the accelerators and change the direction of the top ones to down. So the cool thing actually towards in, the copy paste gadget actually pastes in the direction. So I copied this first one that already had it set to down, and then all of these ones on top are already preset to down and up, which is sick. I love it. Flip pipes with some ultimate upgrades instead of slow taps. Item pipes under the basin.
Riley Reed says, use pipes instead of taps.
I mean, I could do that. It's not a bad idea. John, why don't you just put a lever above the tap instead of having to click on the tap to get molten ingots out?
Says,
I don't know.
Looks like Torrid Sun God's educated.
It doesn't work. No, it does not work like that for mechanism, but I love the fact that it does copy like some of that NBT data for this at least. It's incredibly convenient because like we're doing here, we're just making the same farm over and over again. So the fact that we can do that without reconfiguring everything every time is nice. Okay. Now, what are y'all saying about using pipes instead of taps? Is it that much faster than what I was doing? To be fair, everybody does bully mechanism for different reasons. Okay, no, it deserves it. Let's be fair, it deserves it.
Says,
I need...
Everybody do bully mechanism for different reasons.
Aluminum. All right. Aluminum's in there. We got more than enough. It can't possibly be faster than a tick accelerated tap. I mean, this is literally happening instantly. The only thing slowing me down is my clicking. Is the clicking the problem?
Lex Unam says, also you can pipe out the result.
But wouldn't I have to set up filtering for that for like each thing that I wanted to make? I feel like that alone would take longer than me just actually sitting here and doing this. Am I wrong?
Riley Reed says, you could pipe out of the basin so you only have to click sand.
Yeah, but okay, if I do that though, isn't it going to continually pour it? That's my problem, because I don't want blocks. That's why I'm doing it the way I am. And I could be just completely wrong. You always got to leave that open, right? Okay, that's all of those. We set this guy up with the same as the other ones, which is... You turn render area on. -1. 2. 2, 1, and then we plug it in.
CB says, yeah, just blacklist the sand.
Gotcha. I mean, it's working. This is what we wanted. So that's aluminum. 10 silver lead is all we have left. Well, I remember what the settings are. I'm going to do this one too. Says he remembers what the settings are and then totally forgets what the settings were. Why is it not moving? I'm setting the settings on the wrong thing. Make sure that one's to the right. It is. How did I click on the wrong one? So it is -1, 2, 2, and then just 1. -1, 2, 2, 1. -1, 2, 2, and 1. Okay, those are all done. I'm gonna double check it. Okay, cool. We can turn off all the render areas on them. You could use a machine copy for this. Good. Yo, what's up, Sir Welshie? How's it going? How are you? Okay, I'm gonna turn, if I can get in there, click on it. That render area off. So there's 3 more we need. Alumina, no, 10 silver lead. We just did aluminum. I don't care about any of the stuff that's in there. And it only gave me 1 speedier upgrade back. Or my magnet picked up the rest of it. Those are just speed. It did pick up the rest of it. 3 speedier. So here's what we're going to do. What are our 3? 10. 10. Silver and lead. Silver and lead. We're just going to put all 3 in here because I don't think any of these actually mix together at all. And then once we've got them all in there, we can just select between the ones we want. Why copy paste when you can click all the cool buttons? Exactly. Somebody gets me finally. No, I just don't do it because I'm dumb and I forget. That's all. That's all there is to it. Do the pipe thing so you don't have to click every time. Okay, so you're saying I can pipe out of here, right? So grab a pipe right there. We're going to do this. I'm going to grab a speedy upgrade because I can and I have them. And then I'm going to blacklist the sand. Should I pipe in the sand as well? Blacklist sand and pipe in the 1x sand. Okay. Put this guy here. That guy right there. This guy right here. Perfect. So that is blacklisted for sand. I want one of those really fast upgrades again for pipes. Then we're going to set it to pull from right here. We're going to add that in. And then we're going to throw the sand in there. So that'll keep that full. And so now, theoretically, I tick accelerate both. And then I should just have to keep clicking the button, right? Or is there a lever?
X4Y plus 6Z plus 5.
I'll need more sand. 24, 20. I will need more sand. Now I won't need more sand. So lever on top of tap. Okay. We'll do it. We'll do it. But if
Plays says lever on top of tap LOL.
If it starts making blocks, I'm gonna be upset. That's all. All right. Okay, why is silver not working? Am I crazy? That actually was wicked fast. I appreciate the suggestion so much. Thank y'all. That was really fast. Any ideas on this one? Oh, it's got a partial in there. We'll pull from there. We'll throw that on. We will reconnect it.
Lex Hunam says, choose a happy little accident.
So why is it not putting the sand in anymore? That's the problem I thought we were going to have, is that it doesn't put the sand in fast enough, and so therefore that happens.
Riley Reed says, now you're on to something big.
Why are we not getting power? Am I trying to do too much here? Time on the tap a bit less. Okay. We're going to try to do silver. It is emptied. Okay, so it was almost right, but it was still not. Okay, all right. There's got to be a sweet spot in there somewhere, and I just haven't found it yet. So 32 is too fast. Molten lead.
Says, did you put the upgrade in the second barrel? KRYPTX plays says, 16x
Oh, yeah.
is fastest.
Okay, 16x is where we're going to stop it then. We're going to let this thing cool down real quick. Even that, it's not consistent. We'll dump all this back in here real quick. We get some more lead in there too. Okay, we let that go. If I go 4x. No, even 4x is too fast apparently. How? Yeah, I guess I just don't time on the pipe at all, or if at all, maybe 2x tops. How did it work so well the first time, and then so garbage every time after that? Like, it works so well the first time.
Lex Unam says, accelerate the pipe of the sand too. KRYPTX plays says, what Lex Unam said.
Okay, that's getting accelerated. That's accelerated. I can live with that speed. And it's working consistently, so I'm just not going to touch it. Molten lead. Is there a way I could get that stuff out without having to break it? How much is in there? Does it say? 180. So that's 2 pieces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be it, right? Does it need more? Is 810 the top?
Riley Reed says, the sand needs to be the first interaction.
Right, I understand that. I just don't understand how to keep it consistently that. I'll add 1 more lead if I have to. All right. That's still not quite enough. But we're getting there. Okay. We tick accelerate this, for sure. We can tick accelerate that, for sure. We can do 2x that. And that's still pretty fast. We're getting there. But I am definitely going to need more lead at the end of this. I have no clue if it's the right amount of silver. Accelerate in this order. Pipe, basin, tap.
In this order, pipe, basin, tap, second pipe.
That's what we did. And it worked pretty well. All right, so I need 2 more silver. I'll put 2 more silver in there. Okay, so now this thing should be empty. We're gonna make the rest of the leads. I just need to get to 24, and then after that, I don't care anymore. Perfect. I literally could not care less what happens to the rest of any of that. Not a concern any longer. This one, that one, this one. This one. Is that right? Did I do that right? I feel like I did that right. Okay. Yeah, because that one just had 24. I don't know why I was thinking I miscounted on that. I didn't. We are totally good. I do like to do the bottom ones first, though. It makes it a lot easier to see everything. All right, that's the bottom ones. Should have one left over when I'm done. Just like that one. Okay, well, I feel like we're finally getting somewhere with all of this. Like, it took long enough, but we're finally getting there. All right, this one. Those ones. Well, there's the extra.
Lex Unam says, I could do jokes Abu doing the bottom first, but this is a family-friendly show.
There you go.
Riley Reed says, 10 ingots for metal.
10 ingots for metal, that makes sense. I will do that one. Bypass both those, select the network. We should be rocking and rolling with all of that. Yep. This one, both those. That. This one, both those, and that. Alright, my FPS takes a hit from all the particles. I still don't understand how the first one went this smoothly. I don't understand either, especially with how bad it went for all of the others every time I tried anything. Okay. So all of those are going now, which means very quickly here, we should be getting a ton more of all of those resources, and we should be able to finish creating all of the rest of the singularities. Let's start with the first one here, because we had nickel done pretty early. Singularity. Yeah, we can do all the nickel singularities. How about the aluminum? There we go. 10 silver lead. 10. I think these are the ones I just set up, though. Singularities 10. Don't have enough yet. Lead. I was pretty close on lead. 33 more. And silver. Also very close on. Okay, so I need to find something that's going to waste like 20 minutes. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go say goodnight to my daughter, and I will be right back. What I need from y'all is for y'all to give me suggestions on what I could do in the next 10 to 15 minutes while all of that's running, so we can build up enough materials so that we can actually finish this and get the Starry Bee. I've already gone fishing. We already have the Patrick Bee. Let me know. Give me an idea of what y'all think.
Lex Unam says, fight Chaos Dragon again.
Draconic Battery, fight the Chaos Dragon again, Forbidden Arcanus. He will regret asking that. The challenge to automate the base, and now it's a quest-a-thon. I mean, it's automated, it's just slow. Make the biggest extreme reactor for power. Has he done occultism yet? Already done. The turbine, yeah, the turbine would give some crazy power, that's fair. Okay. Just because I'm curious, because I'm remembering some numbers. I think you get about 180,000 for every 5 minutes. Based on, yeah, what Big Jim showed in his video. So I think we actually are probably, yeah, we're done with all of them. So there's that. So now we just actually have to wait for those to finish crafting. And then we can make all of the ultimate singularities. And then we can take my Patrick Bee and turn him into a Starry Bee. Well, let's do this. Well, those are going. We can make the advanced oak beehives.
ARYPTX plays says, MI time.
MI time. The expansion box. We can grab our label gun. And also our Omega upgrades. And then
Riley Reed says,
I'm going to set this.
With Lex Unam.
Agrees with Lex. Still waiting for Cryptex to do the 100 turbines in a stream. That'd be crazy. Did he add the alloy pickaxe Paxel? I think they did. I saw it in release notes, but I haven't actually messed around with it at all. I did update, but I don't think I've messed with it. Okay. I'm thinking it's only fitting for like the Starry Bee to be like right here next to the start. What I'm going to do is break that one. And then this one too. Why? Can you do that upside down? I didn't even know that was a thing. Good to know, I guess. We got Pokey upgrades in here, right? Pokey gene upgrades. Okay, so I want a pattern for that because I'm going to need it. Diamond sword pattern. And we're going to have to get a lot of those genes out there. One of those. If I add more Pokey upgrades, does it...
Says, shift right click grass for pebbles.
Yes. That is how you get pebbles. How did you activate the source stone portal for the mob farm? So you have to have source nearby.
Upside down, downside up, and to the sides and back.
Ron,
yes, it sounds like a quote from a movie, but it works.
Ron Jr., to answer your question, you have to make a ring of source stone, have a jar of source stone nearby, and then throw the warp scroll into the center of your ring of source stone, if that makes any sense. And when you do that, it'll just make the portal. But it does cost source, so you are going to need source nearby. Does more Pokey upgrades increase the amount of gene samples I'm getting out? Upside down, downside up, then sides to the back. Yes, but it works. Okay, so then the question is, if I want to label this a hive, I can still label the bottom one a hive. And then push upgrades to here. So now it is aware of this as a hive. And I just need the feeding slab. And we can put a star on the feeding slab. Eventually. Not yet, obviously. I've only got 6 of them, I think. Yeah, we've only got 6 total.
Lex Unam says, let's vote for which item does he get with the SFM cables.
What do you mean? For which item does he get with the SFM cable? What do you mean? Yeah, no problem, Ron Jr. No problem at all. So I've got 6 of them, which is not quite enough. Oh, nickel ones are done. Very nice. Aluminum's about to be done. And those are all on 5, so about halfway done. You didn't... That's true. That's a very, man, you got, I would have been struggling trying to figure out why it wasn't connected and working. It would have taken me a while to figure that right there out. Creative item does he get with the stars and place SFM cables in the hive. Got it. The upgrade. So did we agree on one pokey upgrade or more? Multiple upgrades can be installed for greater gene output. All I needed. I'm gonna go with 2. I think we're gonna split it half and half. Oh, 2 more is actually gonna beat everything minus 1 omega. I don't know if that's optimized. Y'all have to tell me if that's optimized or not, because I legitimately have absolutely no idea. Star shards. So the star shards actually create the creative items then, yes? So that and a Patrick star gets you the whole thing. So that we could set up. It's gonna take a while to automate it. Can you join the server for the finish? I want to show you the unstable furball I have. Yeah, I'll join. Once I'm done here and we get all of everything done for the Starry B, words hard. I'll switch over to all the mods 10 real quick just so you can show me. Yeah, no problem. Do you remember me from the other day? I obtained lava day 103. I think I can get it easier way, a lot more than niching. Yeah, I do. You're asking how to make lava without using Xdiorium. What other thing can you create lava with that's easier? Hit me with what you've learned. I'm curious. Up to 9. I need 3 more of each of those to craft, and then we're good to go. Use the Ars Blazing Tablet. Nice! That makes sense. Let me do this real quick. Because I can. I might as well. Go ahead and craft 10 of those. And my understanding is that should be pretty wicked fast. Only it's... Oh, it is going. Not that fast. There we go. Fast enough now. I'm gonna grab the 9 ultimate singularities that we have. We're gonna throw them right in there. Grab the tent because we got it. Put it in as well. So I'm just missing 2 now. And these are all still crafting. But the diamond is beyond easy to get. I didn't realize you can pressurize coal into diamonds. I was trying to make crushing wheels. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay, so we just have to wait on those, but we do have is enough stars to make the feeding block or to transform this guy. I don't have a cage. 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 I didn't grab a cage. I was dumb. Get back over here. Get back over here. You know what? While we're here, transform. And now I got you caged. Okay. Close one. I think I just need 1 more of each of those. We're gonna wait for 1 more of each of those to come in. Then we're gonna autocraft 2 of these.
People called me crazy for doing the peaceful challenge, and then they're doing Sieveless challenges.
That's true. That's true. Remember to upgrade the bee with treats. I could. I just don't know if I'm gonna care. Productivity is only medium. We could upgrade that a little bit. We could. We might go see what we have. But in general, I haven't upgraded any of my bees because I it just hasn't made that much of a difference. We're going to throw these two right in there. We'll grab the last couple stars out. We got all 9. That'll be the feeding block, which will go right here. This guy will get the, well, real quick. We'll go look at what gene samples we have. Civilus 1 chunk, no AX. It's so worth it. They're so fast when you upgrade the main 3. I just don't even remember what genes I have handy. So productivity very high, but it's only a 38%. I don't care. Endurance doesn't matter, right? Productivity high, normal, medium, medium. I don't have.
Riley Reed says, time to go for the 9x ATM star block.
Maybe. I don't know. Seems like a lot. Hey, so which ones matter? Don't Paradox for remake video. Try that very high to test your luck. I mean, I might as well. Grab 1 honey treat with just that.
Says, you want very high, any, strong.
I should have strong. Hold up. Before I do this. Temper aggressive, endurance strong. I can do that one and I'll have it at 100%. Not that. I want it on the treat. Okay. Weather any metaneural doesn't matter because you have eternal day, clear weather, automated. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Because I think for weather metaneural, either temper endurance do nothing when using the simulator. Got it. We have medium productivity, and I'll survive with that because this guy's gonna get sped up to the moon. And then all of those things should be fed right into here, right? Which means, theoretically speaking, I should be able to take a pipe and pipe out the gene upgrades, right? Into the gene indexer that just conveniently happens to be right behind where I'm working. I do want to disconnect it real quick. Where's my pipe wrench? Thank you. Because we are going to want to pull from there, but I'm going to need an upgrade so that I can filter.
John,
yes.
The song says push it to the limit.
Yes. Okay. I want to whitelist. Can I add like just any of them? Like I can do the fuzzy upgrades, right? The bees mixed with 6 Mirrored Crushers. I know 19k lead when I was literally out a bit ago. That's funny. Never knew the expansion got. I never knew it could either. I just accidentally placed it down like that. But we're getting a lot of the Starry Bee ones in, so we'll be able to make another one here pretty quick. I just need to know, is there a way to, like, can I just grab one of these gene samples and then add the gene sample and then just remove all the NBT and then go submit and it'll just pull it all out? Oh, I need the pipe wrench for that. I think theoretically that should work. Yeah, it does. Excellent. I love that I put 2 of these in so many of the chests because I didn't realize they don't actually stack. All right, so then in here, I've got 2, 3, but it should be redstone, no? Lever. Should make the lever pattern. Redstone on the gene extra. If it doesn't have it, it should. I don't know why that didn't work. Have to be like direct on. Why is it still not combining these two? Diamond. Okay, so it did eventually do it. It just didn't work after the import. That doesn't make any sense. I have to like pulse it? No, it just isn't working right.
You have to move the first slot gene.
I have to move the first slot gene. Lever is always the lever. Okay. Somebody help me out here. That should be on. What am I doing wrong? Because I have absolutely no clue. Leave this. That's off. No, that's on. Okay, leave the lever on. And then it just magically does something for me? It was off. Now it's on. It actuated when you turn it on with the lever. If the gene is in the first slot, it will stop for some reason. Okay. So now if I move something... Am I crazy? Am I not crazy? Am I doing something wrong? I know what y'all are talking about, and I've done this before. Just to be clear, not my first rodeo as far as getting all the gene samples in here and making it all do what it's supposed to do. But you can't tell me it's not working. Like, it seems like it's only working when new ones get put in there. It is. Well, why are these not? Okay, I saw that. I saw that one. That one did something. Does it need a new one of each? But all the binaural stuff should be combining, right? Should it not? Does it not stack? Leave it on now. Okay, I'll leave it on. We'll leave it on. If y'all are convinced, I'll leave it. Once they're at 100%, it stops. Okay. Okay. I just figured it would stack. I figured it had some logic in there to stack it. So really, all I'm trying to do here is just get a couple more starry bees. We're at 13% there. We could try our luck, you know? Roll the dice a little bit. Or do you guys think we should let that thing get all the way to 100? What are y'all's thoughts? Because I'm not opposed either way. I'm asking way too much of it. Look, if they make a storage solution for something, I apologize. I apologize for assuming, right, that it would be a decent storage solution for it. You're not a gambling man?
Riley Reed says, send it, time in a bottle and time wand the hive.
Yo, can I do both at the same time? Is that a thing? I mean, I got the time in a bottle. Or does it still just take the 256? It doesn't look like it's adding anything. It looks like it's staying at 256. How many shards do... Oh, I have no idea. 516. What, I gotta keep this thing sped up. I'm not about to let that thing slow down. What I do want to do is see if I can, like, how do I actually turn these into more stars? Oh, like that. I saw this earlier. I don't know why I didn't realize that. Like, it's a lot of them, but it'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4. They sum and run it 512. I mean, I'll take 512. As long as it gets me that second starry bee here pretty soon. That's only at 17% though. And for better or worse, I don't love those odds. You know? Like, I feel like our odds could be better. It's so much easier. It is so much easier than ATM 10 I don't know why they decided to make that StarCraft recipe so difficult for automation. Probably faster to make another block with 4 omegas.
Says, if is not 100% is 0%.
Oh, is it really? I thought it was like a percent chance. In that case, I agree with Tortson that it is probably going to be faster to do this the other way, which means I do want to make Patrick bees. These things make Patrick combs. What on earth do you get from those? Oh, Patrick stars. What do they feed off of? A star block. Okay, okay. Okay. We have a plan. Embrace the gambling
CP
mindset.
Says, if it's 10%, then it's 90%. If it's 100%, it's 100%. If it's 90%, then it's 10%. Embrace the Gamba mindset.
All right, I'm gonna throw this on the hotbar real quick, just so I can have them. I don't care about oily bees at all. I've got like 15 of them. I don't like prismarine bees. The only ones we're looking for here is a Patrick bee. That is all I care about. Heck yeah, I caught another stream. How you doing? I watched your video on the mechanism stuff earlier. It was a huge help. I'm hoping to set up my mech suit tonight. Thanks for the help. No problem at all, man. I'm glad it was a help. And I'm doing really good. It's been a good night so far. We just got our all the mod stars semi-automated. We've got like most of it done. The bees are there. They're created. It seems like we just need a couple more Patrick bees. However, it seems like all we want to get as far as bees go are prismarine, oil, sponge, and water bees. Which is fair, I guess. That's fine. Whatever. Which is not what we're looking for. I have like 15 of each of these. Sit in a boat and recite Hasselhoff quotes from the SpongeBob movie.
I'm making 1M of the stars for a video.
So you're making 1 million of the star? That's crazy. That's a lot, dude. That is a lot. Is that a... I just pulled him out of the water, I guess. This is what I'm saying. Like, I can catch a lot of bees. Like, a lot of bees. But I've caught exactly one of those Patrick bees, and that's it. It almost makes me wish I would have taken my Patrick bee prior to conversion and gotten some Patrick stars from it first. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this next one. We're going to catch it. And we're going to put it in the same hive. Video's taken over 2 months to make so far. That's wild. That's actually wild. Going for the 9x block. Yeah, I mean, you've got to at some point. I did it in my last playthrough, but I cheated.
The 9x block heal yet.
I cheated when I got the 9x block and duped it using the paradox machine. And then all the mods devs got mad at me. One thing I was wondering about, and I couldn't find in your vid, is how do you upgrade your hotbar? I've noticed in vids you could have like 1.5k cobble in a single slot. Can't figure out how. I have the ultimate, or not the ultimate, whatever, the universal crafting terminal. That's what this guy is, right? I can have powder and coating, all this stuff in here in the crafting terminal. This setting right here, wireless terminal, has this setting right here where I can do restock. If you notice at the bottom of my screen, I have 168 of those cages on me. The restock is what allows me to do that. So it shows on my hotbar what I have in my ME system instead of what I actually have here, which is what the 63 is.
Dragsterking HD says, I don't know about
yeah.
that. The 9x block is over 300 M stars XD.
Yeah, that's a lot of stars. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Nick, it's an awesome setting, and it makes it really handy where you don't have to go find stuff or get stuff or do anything. It fantastic to have. Yeah, no problem at all. We're just not catching anything anymore? The heck? Yeah, like this fishing rod is maxed out, just so we're all on the same page. I'm starting to wonder how I got that first Patrick bee and if it was just pure luck. Because I have seen so many other bees come through. And I just want one other Patrick bee. The other thing I think into the sky that they changed is that it doesn't take the correct biomes. Like there are no specific biomes to catch the different bees in. Which is like kind of convenient, but also kind of annoying. Takes a while to get a Patrick. I know.
You're in the right biome.
So that's what I was saying. There are no biomes for that. And I know I said that before you typed that, so it's all good. Don't worry about it. Hey, we got him. Thank goodness. Flesh him. Why did I was right there. It was a little dramatic of me. So here's what we want to do now. We want to take this guy. We want to throw him in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to speed this whole thing up again. I gave you a suggestion to try and improve your odds. It can't be biome specific because the world is random. That's fair. Nick, that may be one of the first times I've seen anybody use the emotes that I have on Twitch. Keep this thing sped up and make sure, because we should be getting Patrick bees from this now, which is convenient, but unfortunately it also means we're going to be getting gene samples from them, which is fine, whatever. Oh yeah, we're gonna have Patrick stars for days, which means I don't have to automate making those. All I have to do is automate turning the shards and the Patrick stars into those. Did he just go in here? Why would he do that? Well, there go all the bees. It wasn't exactly what I meant to do, but I definitely didn't want the water bee in there. I guess that is the downside to just letting them free roam across my world. Yo, what's up, Alex? How's it going? How are you? Perfect. I don't need the label gun anymore. Don't really want the water bee there. Okay. How are we doing on Starry Bee Genes? 24 is it? We're already up to 21 on the Patrick bees. Okay, well, Patrick bees are not going to be hard to get, it doesn't look like. We'll probably get a full hive of them set up. And it seems like maybe we will turn some bee into a Patrick bee, and then instead of using a honey treat to make a starry bee, we're just going to use the honey treats to make the Patrick bee and then create more stars to do the rest of that, maybe? So for number 2 here, do I need to create a separate one of these for this? Actually, I don't, because I'm not creating ultimate singularities anymore. I need one of those, and then I want my shards. If I have them all, can I be in here, click on the star, recipe, and do this? Perfect. So now I just have to make a pattern for that. Does anybody know how many that takes? Because I really don't want to have to count all of those. I'm doing well, eating dinner, enjoying some of the Guru Minecraft. Heck yeah! Well, welcome in. I'm glad you're doing well. By the time you have 18 more blocks, you can just upgrade the... Exactly. 1, 2, 3. It's 54. Dude, you're a saint. Honestly, you're what I probably could have just done.
He pattern will tell you.
Yeah, it's done this. I just want the star. Not that. There it is. That's what we want. 48. Perfect. So throw it in there. And then 17 more so I can make 2 blocks. And then the only thing that's stopping me here should probably just be this. Yeah. All right, so we've got all of those. So now I just need more Patrick bees. Which, if I'm thinking right, shouldn't be too hard. How did he get in there? I really don't want prismarine genes. I just don't want those. That's just not on the list of things that I want. Or would ever want or need. It's just not there. Yeah, the bees just want to be in there. They just want to be there. Yeah, I forgot that it had a second page. Okay. That's going fine. This is going fine. Starry Bee at 41%. Patrick Bee's only at 30. I should be getting a lot of the high productivities from that Starry Bee. Productivity highs. These are all 100% too. Probably get that in a treat. Highs, mediums. I'm just going to take anything that's 100% and scoot it down here to the bottom.
Dragster King HD says, bees will go into any hive that's free and will make it his own home.
See, I knew that. I'd still just find it annoying. I wish they wouldn't. Okay, 2 more full draconics. Move all these up here to the top. And then I suppose we just keep tick accelerating, right? Oh, you could get a very high productivity from the bee that's... Yeah, I see. I've gotten some of those. It just takes so many of the kamikaze bees.
Riley Reed says, use crystallics or ethereal glass.
I could, and that would stop them from going in. That's a good point. Let's see. Are there any even... There's a couple bees around, but they're not close. We're just going to ignore them and hope they don't come back.
KRYPTX Plays says, BBs gives very high prod, meternal, and strong genes if anyone feels the need to squish them down in ATM 10 LOL.
That's funny. Starry's at 53. Patrick B's at 39. We're like halfway there. You could just get 2 bees that are easy to breed and then breed a lot and get thousands of genes. That's true. Surrounded with lava and RIP to any other bee. That's a crazy method.
Surround it with lava. Rip any other bee.
That is an absolutely wild method. We are getting a ton of Patrick stars, though. Okay, I'm going to throw this back in here because I can. 57. Still at 39. 41 and 40. I mean, we're getting there. Maybe I just let these run. This might be something I just let it run, you know? And then eventually I'll have them all. I really expected it to be faster. If I put another Omega upgrade in there, you think it'd be faster? Probably not. I doubt it would. Let's do this, though. I've got plenty of Patrick stars. Will ask me anything else I would ever want to do. Let me grab one more Patrick bee real quick. I see exactly where that guy's headed. You're not going anywhere. And then I'm going to just transfer both of them into Starry Bees with the 2 blocks that I have. Omega only affects the comb. That makes sense. But it's also giving block upgrades and simulation upgrades, which is nice. I prefer those. Where do you think you're going, bud? You guys are all going to the only empty hive, aren't you? Put the star block in the water and maybe a Patrick will appear. We'll do that. I'm going to fish right next to it. I swear, if this gets a Patrick speed, that would be crazy. It didn't. But first cast, if that did, that would be actually completely wild. Is there anything that affects the luck of the bees? Simulator bee, if you remove it, the bees would be flying all over the place. Yeah, you're right. And the last thing I want is those things out of the hive and for them to be getting into stuff. Or getting hurt by stuff.
Riley Reed says...
Took too much investment.
Goaded.
Yeah, it would have been crazy. What's on your rod? We have... Luck of the C5, Lure 5, Unbreaking 5, Mending Soulbound. That's what we have. Can you put gems? Can you affix a fishing rod? Is that a thing? Because if it is a thing, I could throw some perfect Endersurge gems on there. And then it might be even better. I'm not sure if you can. So I know there's a premium fishing rod exists. If we're being straight up honest with each other, I didn't care enough to make that. Gonna fix a backpack? Yeah, we might do that. Unless this one's a Patrick, it's not. Let's go see if we can. I mean, it's worth a shot, right? Throw it in there. You, in fact, cannot.
Alex
It
Best
was
says,
worth trying, though.
Because you always need to soul bound your fishing pole.
Hey, I mean, I literally just put anything I could put on here, okay? You never know. Hey, you gotta hang on to the important things in life. One of which is a nice fishing rod. It's important, all right? I didn't think about that being a funny thing to put soulbound on when I put it on there. I just literally clicked on everything that could go on there.
Riley Reed says, got a min/max.
Yeah, exactly. I just saw on the mini map a bee going in your hive. How are you staring that close? Or do you have me up on like an 85-inch TV or something? That's got to be what you're doing. I just imagine Tortzen, wherever he's at, a humongous TV, right? Just massive TV, and he's sitting there like this, just scanning everything I'm doing the whole time, right? That's got to be what it is.
I got a huge TV.
100%, right? It's a normal monitor. Sure it is, Tortzen, sure. I believe you. I've got pretty good eyesight, but you've got to have better eyesight than me. You can hit Control plus to enlarge. That's funny.
Lex Unam says, bro have 20/20th sight.
All right, you got to have better than that. His eyes must be like bionic, where they like magnify. Like he can see better than 20/20, you know? I use glasses and actually have to get He's got ChatGPT just scanning the screen for anything. A cinema just for the yeah, he rents out a movie theater anytime he thinks I'm going to stream. And he just pulls it up hoping I start streaming. That's so funny.
Says, Torrid Sun misses nothing.
No, nothing gets past him. He's watching my... I feel like that sometimes. He catches everything. Nothing slips by him. Sometimes I'll remember things in the time it takes for him to type them in. But he usually doesn't miss anything. It's the Vegas ball. Yeah, the ball or whatever it is. The dome. I can't remember what they call that thing. Is it the bowl? Or whatever that thing. By the way, there's a bee in a hive. Yeah, I know it. Yeah. We'll get back to it eventually. I just want one more Patrick bee. One more Patrick bee. Let those guys do what they're doing. Then we convert 2 of the Patrick bees into starry bees. We have 3 of them. And then we let the Should probably keep one Patrick Bee. Clickers don't work with the timeline. Not anymore. They used to. First version they did. It's helped us a lot on our first playthrough. But they were removed. Imagine if the GPT mod in Minecraft suggests changes in machines configs. That would be great. The sphere. Thank you. I knew it was something. Yeah, I haven't recited any quotes. If I'm being honest, I don't know a single Hasselhoff quote. And you guys are gonna hate me for this. My parents didn't let me watch SpongeBob growing up. So I have a very, very limited selection of quotes that I can quote. Like, I know it's not a boulder, it's a rock. I know that one. I also know the one where they're going through the canyon and SpongeBob's going, a little more, almost there. Keep going, almost. I know that one. But other than that, that's
Riley
about it.
Reed
That's what
says,
I've got.
"No hate, only love my brother."
Let's go. We did it. Okay, so now the question. No, he's going for the hive. I saw him. I saw that. Torsten's just got eyesight, man. He's got that eyesight. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. Productivity's still medium on this guy. So what I want to do, I'm going to go grab a...
to watch Bluey with the family.
I watch a lot of Bluey. I tell you what. I'm at the point where my 3-year-old, instead of saying mom, will say mummy. Because that's the thing, right? Yeah. I don't care about endurance. We're looking at productivity high. I want to. Does endurance matter? Endurance doesn't matter, but I'm going to put it on there anyways.
Riley Reed says, "Can I take credit in saying the
that's
quotes got
fair. That I didn't even think about that. But you're right. The quotes did get the B. As soon as I started naming off the 2 SpongeBob quotes I knew, we got the B. All right, so I'm going to take both of these, and then we're going to grab all of the B's out of here so that I can get the ones I don't want in here out of here. And then also have the Starry Bee to move up to high productivity. Prismarine, Starry. I've got those, but what I didn't do, I do want to make sure that I keep.
Andrew Ramsey says, "Bluey is life. We got my brother and sister-in-law hooked so that they would get my niece obsessed with it, lol."
Yep, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Yeah, that water bee is not going in that hive, but I needed to grab the cages. Patrick Bee can stay. Water bee's fine. This already has high productivity and is strong. We're going to set this guy down, do that with him, grab him back. That guy's high and strong. This one's medium and strong. Got him back again. We're going to throw... Oh, no, there's another bee. They're everywhere, and they just won't stop. Okay. Sorry, Patrick. Beat it up. Bluey is such a cute... It really is. It really is. Yeah. You know what? We're kind of cooking now. We're getting a lot more of some of the items that we need. Because I got to keep at least one of the Patrick Bees around. I can't take them all and transfer
Riley
them.
Reed says, "Maybe if you fill the hive they can't take more borders."
You know what? That's fair. I don't know what to fill the hive with, though. We got a lot of options here. I need more Starry Bees or more Patrick Bees, and neither one of those are quite done yet. We're working on it. We're just not there. Yeah, but adults enjoy it too. The show is really good.
For mostly kids, but adults enjoy it too. That
Is that a
shows
decoy
how
hive
good
with
the
lava
show
surrounding
is.
it? You know what? That's a good point. I could do a decoy hive with lava around it. I didn't... I know that was said earlier. I thought we were referring to this hive. But it would be really funny to do that over by the... Oh, what's it called? The pond where we're fishing? 75 and 50. We're getting there. We're 3/4 of the way there on our starry. Oh. And then once we have that, we won't have to worry about it ever again. We'll have all the starry bees, and then we can start doing the fun stuff. It's just
No,
it's Patrick. Hangs up. I know that one. I do know that one. Place I catch nearby to automatically pick up any bee that comes close to the hive. That is a fantastic idea. So if I put a catcher right here, what upgrades go in the catcher? It doesn't say. Not those. It's a 2000 IQ. Didn't dispense those bees into the lava. Range. Upgrades these guys.
Lex Unam says, range.
Okay, that is just not going to be it. So I need to make a pattern out of that. And then we're going to throw that pattern into here. And then I'm going to make 4 of these. And then I'm going to take those 4 and I'm going to throw them in here. I assume they have to have cages, right? I'm going to take some of those back just in case. All right, problem should be solved now. That was actually a great idea. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Then dispense those bees in the lava. Dude, the ice cold spy, you got something against these bees, don't you? You got something against them. I can tell. I'm kind of here for it, if I'm being honest. It seems like you're really trying to egg me on to murder a whole bunch of bees. It really does. I don't know what you got against them, but they must have done something to you. I kind of would like to know the story behind it, but you know, I get it. They must have really wronged you. 100%. We got to starve. So that one, I want strong. I want high productivity. Is there anything else we need? And does it matter if I'm using a honey tree? Does it matter what bee I use?
Riley Reed says, just oily and pre-marine bees NGL.
Oh, I had it. I want to make sure I added all 3 of those to it. Can I not add those? Can I not add this? Oh, it just is this though? And I have to put these on a separate one? Now, okay, question of the day. Does it matter what bee I transform? Or can I just literally grab one? Egg for bee type genes? Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. It's this guy. With this and that. We got it. I'm there. I remembered. So now they should all 3 have high productivity. And honestly, that's probably more than enough.
What do you call a bee that lives in America? A USB.
We're starting with the dad jokes. Is that what's going on here? Honestly, as far as dad joke, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you, that one was pretty good. So now the question is, do we fill up one hive with starry bees and then one hive with Patrick bees? North America, South America, Central America. Those are fine. Patrick is almost there. He's already up to 27% again. Jeez. Yee. Okay, well. that is probably as far as I really care about going right now. Like,
Riley Reed says, unbelievable.
unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Theoretically, I could probably, I mean, let's go look real quick. I could probably craft 100, 200 stars. Nope. 100, nope. 70 stars. $75 stars is what we can craft. Basically instantly too, because I can just speed that up a little bit. All right. Well, we got all the mod stars. Those are good. So I suppose next we start working towards the creative items. And once we have the creative items, there's a couple of things that I want to do in this world, because I didn't really do them in the last playthrough of all the mods 10. I want to go through MI, better or worse. I want to set up the draconic battery reactor thing up here. I want to go through extreme reactors. Is the normal all the mods 10 server for everyone? Yes, it is. Yeah, and anybody can join, do whatever you want on there.
Plays says, which B gives you a second chance.
It's almost a 1x blocks.
B.
Oh my goodness.
Riley Reed says, almost a 1x block.
We do almost have that. You're right. Remarkably close. Actually, we do have that. We had to start block extra. 1x block, baby. We're getting there. One step closer to the 9x block. So what we could do, theoretically, hear me out. Continue to accelerate this. And then start going absolutely ham on all these beehives. And then set up... What sort of auto crafter, a requester to request all of those things be turned in as soon as it is. Time to join that server too? Heck yeah, go for it. Get creative energy and creative magic. I could.
Sunam says, get creative energy.
I don't know. Have they added a...
magic.
No, they have not. There's still no creative chapter to tell you what all is there. But I doubt any of it's too hard. Replace your power wall for ATM star blocks. That might be pretty cool. I actually really like that. You can put a clicker to auto accelerate the beehive. If you're talking about with a time wand, I don't think you can. You might be able to with time in a bottle. But the time wand you cannot. They disabled that after the first couple versions. You can cheat it with mirror weaves too. I don't even know what the... Oh, making... Yeah. I'm there now. I know what you're talking about. Patrick. Starry's already at 51. Okay, we're going. That is a positively zooming. Let's do this. Come back up here to the top real quick. We're going to jump over to the All the Mods 10 server, I believe, and I'm going to let Lex have like 15 minutes to show me whatever he wanted to show, or less, whatever it takes to show me. I think we got the draconic reactor set up. And then...
Mom says, so do you have time to join the ATM 10 server?
Okay. Let's do that. Jump over, save and quit. You guys just get to stare at me for now. Save the world, exit. I will probably end up doing a world download there too. We're still on 410, right? I don't even remember what version that server's on. Server info, 410, good. Perfect. Ooh, did you? Yeah, I think we did. I think we did make the redstone or the draconic core, and I'm very interested in seeing it. We're launching. Where we at? There it goes. Sometimes there's a little delay between when you like click launch and it actually launching. And it always makes me nervous trying to figure out if it actually did launch or if it didn't. Let's see. I would suggest the world download. That creeper might break your house. Be careful. Yeah, he's kind of just chilling back there. I do have some pretty exciting stuff planned for the rest of the week. I don't know how interested y'all are, but I think on Saturday we might be starting up a new pack. I have kitty slippers. It's not a problem. Yeah, exactly. I love how both of y'all said that at the same time. But yeah, I've got some fun stuff planned for this weekend. Also, I'm thinking about getting a Draconic Evolution like basics, like here's everything you actually have to know to get the all the mod star kind of video for this weekend. And then depending on if PT actually has a way to actually fully automate everything for Draconic Evolution, we might include that. And if not, we're going to include probably the code that Torsten wrote, or at least a reference to it, for how to use SFM to automate most everything for the Draconic Evolution mod. Because you can do most everything, you just can't do the chest plate or the bow. Those are the two things that like you can't actually push through SFM, which is weird, but it is the way it is. And I think it's actually a problem with AE2 and not a problem with SFM. But that is what it is. All right. Get on here real quick. Make sure it loads in just fine. You didn't use any bees, or just not those bees specifically, Riley? Because not using any bees would be incredibly impressive, especially for like chaos shards. That's mostly because AE doesn't support substitution on exactly that. That's what I figured it was, but I wasn't entirely sure.
CB says, FSM having issues. Impossible.
SFM doesn't have issues very often. It usually is pretty good. No bees at all. I feel like that's pretty impressive. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I feel like bees have helped my playthrough go way quicker. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, that's awesome. Go you. I feel like, so you just use geores and sieving then. And then like for the mod specific stuff, you just automated those the way that they actually want you to. All right. Game actually is still loading in. Oh my goodness. TP. Me too. Lex. All right, what do we got here? What are we looking at? Lex was here. Lex is here. Gotta fly, give me a second. I'm here. That's a lot of lava. What is the glass? So clear I couldn't even see through it. For sure, I just wanted to break from the bees. That's awesome. You'll see what the ball is in just a second. That's what we're getting to, I believe. All right, Lex, what do we got down here? What are we showing? XP. Oh, infinite. Blood or souls, liquefied source, Aureole, and XP fluid. Those are sick. That's awesome. So we got infinite of all of those just hooked up so that we can make any of the stars that we want to, right? Or all the stars we want to effectively. Super fast R setup too. I like it. I like it. It's very clean. But it goes wicked fast too. This is hostile neural network still. Check the barrel. I think we looked this Is this Drigme? Or is this... No. This is that. So we just got a bunch of different ones in here. Very nice. I cleaned while you loaded. Nice. Jeez. Just awesome neural networks. Got it. So it's just making some stuff. How do you fill those jars? Lex, there's a question for how to fill the jars. That's ATM10, not this guy. Yeah, we are back on normal ATM10 right now. This is on the community server that I have. We basically had a huge team playing. Bucket from tank to tank. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. And then the storage bus just takes the blood. Dude, that is sick. I want to play normal ATM 10. Might hop on there while it's up. Absolutely, go for it. That's what it's there for. Okay. Where to next? I'm just going to TP to him. Way easier that way. I can only assume we went up. Yes, we did. What? Why are we throwing eggs for? What on earth is this thing? Can I kill it? The chickens are just a way to see how much I AFK here. That's fair. Dude, I hate those things. This is awful. I'm just gonna fly over here because I can't stand that. That is actually gonna give me a seizure. I hate that mob so much as well. All right, we're gonna kill him. Nobody cares if I kill them, right? If somebody's upset by that, I will go get them another one. I'm so sorry. This is awful. You have the A armor. Is it worth? It's worth it purely because if I fly, I just stop. There is no flight drift, and I love that. Big Bird is one of the pets you can raise from an egg. Interesting. So this is the big ball. I don't know where Lex went. Did he go back down? It was Lex's pet? Oh no. I hope it wasn't your pet. Like for real, for real? You're looking for more? So what do I do with this thing? It was? Oh no. How do you get it not mad at you where it doesn't constantly give you the nausea?
There's more on the ball's texture.
What is that? There you go. Ooh. Ooh. How do I tell how much is there? Is that the same on all sides? 1.07 GFE. Oh, love the reactor and let's see it go boom. I don't want to do that. Yeah, am I allowed to right click it? Can I? That's how much is stored. I don't know how much that is. You can also edit the iris config to make it even work with shaders on. Ooh.
The iris config file to make it work even with shaders on.
I did not know you were affected. Hey, it's all good. I'm so sorry for killing the big bird. That's my bad. Apologies. Okay, because it drops frames to the underground. Got it. Hey, that's pretty cool. Now, did we get the rest of the stuff for the star altar automated as well? move some of this stuff here. Yeah, I can see that. It looks pretty good. It's a lot. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But now I have a good idea of how big this is. I can probably get a decent idea for how big to make the one in my base for the sky one. Here's the bees. Oh, we got the starry bees. Nice. Heck yeah. So 2 full. I can only assume. Yeah, is the third row going to be just bees? Because if so, that's crazy. But yeah, that's sick. That's really cool. Okay. Is there anything else that you wanted to show me while I'm here? Besides the gigantic draconic ball. How many blocks is that, are we saying? From here, right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 7 on either side, so 15 total. 45 times 5 starry bees. That's crazy. Don't remember where I placed the other creative items. Hey, that's crazy. That's cool though. No worries. Those rings on the sides can't be more apart. 2 up to 9 blocks apart. Okay. 6, 7. Yo, the base is coming along really nice though. It's starting to look really good. How are we getting power into it? I think that's the only thing I don't quite understand. Like, how does that part work? Oh, I see them now. There's flux plugs on the bottom of each of these. 800,000 FE per tick. Got it. Okay. Now, do you have to have this limited? And do you have to? I hear talk that you have to babysit it a little bit. Found the cube. Oh, geez. Creative energy cube. Flux plug right into it. Nice. The balls are the pylons. Got it. That makes sense. So that means we could theoretically fill this up. Oh, we did. We did theoretically fill it up. Very nice. The reactor has to be babysat. Got it. Okay. This one does not explode. I was just joking. Got it. Okay. Well, hey, that's good to know. It's the reactor that has to do that. Funny thing, I got this one full before the cube. That's crazy. Okay. All right. Lex, if that's it, I am exhausted and I really need to get some sleep. So this is just the tier 8 energy core. So this just, you just put energy into this. That's all? Okay. No, it's stable. The reactor is the one that's temperamental. That makes sense. Very cool. All right. I'm going to call it there. I'm going to go get some sleep. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'm going to have to figure out what the plan is for the rest of the week because there's some things I want to do. I got to go dragon hunting at some point. And we got a couple other things I want to do. But for the most part, a lot of the stuff we're going to be doing is some like sort of challenge related stuff. I want to get through MI. I wanted to get some, I kind of want to do like a get all the Bs or get all the MACs, something like that. And so we may do that on some of the days of this week. And then on Saturday, I'm planning on doing a longer stream where we start a new pack and get like really into it. And then we're also going to be doing like sort of a community event for that one to try to get some involvement on a new server. So that's the plan. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys most likely tomorrow. Like I said, I'll keep y'all in the loop of what we're doing, but most likely it'll be tomorrow. All right. Bye.